Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey C Star Tarot, and welcome to June 9th where Jupiter enters Cancer. This is where Jupiter is blessing us as we enter a year of abundance and fulfillment. Now before we get started, I just want to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for all the ways that you love and support this channel, because truly each one of you make a difference and I love you back. So like I was saying, this is the day where Jupiter enters Cancer, and it'll be in Cancer from June 9th here all the way to June 30th of 2026. And as I was saying before, it opens the door to a year of manifestations of abundance and fulfillment. And for Virgos, it brings focus to our 11th house of friendships, social networks, long-term aspirations, as well as long-term goals, and financial gains, as well as community involvement. I tell you what, true confession, I got so excited as I was doing this reading. I can just feel the energy, and it's incredible. And to start things off with the tarot, this is where we're coming into this day. We're walking through this door with the Three of Coins. This is all about gaining new skills, gaining new knowledge. And with Jupiter being a planet that governs knowledge, governs insight, as well as education, learning, dedication, mastery, it offers us an opportunity towards financial gains, particularly when it comes to our social circles and our community involvement. And so this is a time where expect numerous opportunities within this next year to very likely arise through your social networks, through increased community involvement, and through increased communication, especially with Mercury entering Cancer as well on June 8th. And I did a separate video on that. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's got a lot of insights as well. But with the tarot, this is where we're overcoming sorrows, we're mending the heart, we're moving to a place of recovery after a prolonged time of healing and a much needed space for healing. But this is also about letting go and embracing the growth that's truly meant for you. It's a great time to collaborate on projects that resonate deeply with your aspirations as well as your long-term goals. And this transit offers Virgos a chance for significant growth in our social and aspirational life. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Share your story and what you're working on. Like, share, subscribe so that we can get this message, my goodness, that flew out, to as many Virgos as we can. And more importantly, on this channel, help lift each other all up as we walk through this door. Now, this was a lot, okay. So just to spread these out here, right away, we're pulling Judgment. This is the time for the truth to come forward. And so as a side tangent with this transit, if anything had been done in the dark to cause stagnancy, to cause you to go into a place where you needed to heal from the past, this is also a time and a period where the truth comes forward. What was done in the dark is now being unhidden, and this is Judgment coming in your favor. This is also about Judgment bringing resolution. It's through honesty, it's through forgiveness that we can lighten that load. But more importantly, with the Judgment card, what this really represents and stands is that Spirit is reminding you that karma is in your favor. The wheel turns in your favor, and this is the time with the Page of Swords where your patience has paid off. It gave you time to prepare. It gave you time to pause, reflect, and heal, but also to look at areas of opportunities in education where it offered you an insight of education, a time and a chance to learn, to refine, to improve, so that everything can align for this moment when everything is ready. And by embracing your community, pursuing meaningful goals, and trusting your intuition at this time, you can manifest a year of abundance and fulfillment, and it starts with today. This is where the Two of Coins is all about finding balance, bringing harmony back into your life. Also looking at prioritization and your time management, as well as your multitasking. And what Spirit really emphasizes with the Two of Coins is that it's reassuring you, you can do this well. You can multitask this well. All of the extra opportunities, the increase in your social environment, the aspirations and achievements, the financial gains, these are all coming together in your 11th house as Jupiter promises us a year of abundance and fulfillment as it moves into Cancer. And like I say, it all starts with today. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because what I'm seeing here, this is actually really cool, is that you are embodying the Queen of Cups. This is where, again, you have an emotionally supportive figure coming in, but you're also embodying that energy as well for others. This is standing in your emotional strength, whereas before, the Three of Swords may have tested that and may have shut you down, right? This is instead where you're coming in and you're learning to retrust yourself, and you're listening to your intuition, as well as you're honoring your emotions with that empathy, not only for yourself, but for others, for your contributions within the community and what you build together. And when it comes to your community and your social life, this transit brings you closer to groups and people that support you and also uplift your ambitions. They want you to succeed. And as you expand your network, you'll find inspiration and opportunities through teamwork, common goals, and finding and opening the doors with win-win solutions. I absolutely love it. But what it really speaks to is utilizing that intuition. What I see in a lot of ways is that I'm talking to an empath as well as somebody that has very strong intuition and connection with their third eye. If you'd been feeling like your third eye was blocked lately, or in the past, as we walk through this day, as we walk into Cancer with Jupiter, we're able to tear down any blockages that have prevented you from trusting your intuition. It's opening that third eye once again so that you can receive the downloads, receive the guidance from Jupiter and from the divine during this time, and let go of that confusion. And it basically destroys the foundation, the blockages that were built upon a foundation that was already crumbling, right? And with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this is all about basically what I see in this, just to go into it, with that foundation that was crumbling, is that there was a lack of sensibility, a lack of grounding. There was also too much focus on materialism, as well as potential partners that were dealing with greed, loss, through that greed, through self-motivated into initiatives, I should say, as well. You were put in a place that basically left you very vulnerable to not only loss, to poverty, but also to neglect when it came to your emotional support. This is the time with Jupiter where, if that had led you astray, if that had left you feeling where you had a loss of sense of direction, loss of purpose, where you just weren't sure with what you were doing, what you were building was really the place you wanted to go, in a lot of ways, when Jupiter comes into Cancer, which it's very happy and comfortable being in that zodiac, I will also say that, it ushers us in a sense of direction and renewed purpose and vitality once again, especially if you felt lost or frustrated with your current path. Jupiter encourages us to embrace your aspirations, embrace your intuitive guidance so that you can find clarity and move forward out of stagnancy once again. Now is the time to trust yourself and, more importantly, trust your inner compass with what you're meant to do, with what you're building and what you're being called to do. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because this is all about the heart chakra. Standing in your Virgo in power, resonating and remaining grounded with your earth energy. It also speaks to being blessed, being kissed by Venus. Now, this also speaks to, with the Knight of Pentacles, success, prosperity, material comfort. And so if you are in a point of loss, looking at worries of financial loss as well, this is about harvesting and enjoying the fruits of your labor, standing in your confidence, standing in your self-discipline with what you're doing, and standing in your independence, standing in your freedom. But it starts with that inner peace, because good news is coming in. You've passed the test with the 9. You're moving into a place of completion, overcoming whatever was causing that stagnancy, tearing down that confidence where you were afraid to move forward, had a feeling of a loss of direction, right? This is about instead achieving your goals, knowing exactly what you're meant to do and where you're meant to go, and ending the cycle of stagnancy so that you truly know where you're going and what you're working toward. Now, also too, for affirmations during this time, for this next year, it all starts with the inner self, right? Trusting your inner compass. And so as you meditate and you practice your affirmations, this is the time to really start them with, I open the door and I am ready to receive the year of abundance and fulfillment that is truly meant to bless me. open yourself up, open that third eye, open that heart chakra to what you're meant to receive, because this transit also gives us not only with emotional growth, but with the nurturing sense, the nurturing need that helps us find a sense of belonging as we develop a stronger connection to our intuition and our inner self. And like I say, if that resonates, by all means, put a heart, share your story, let us know what you're working on, because here on this channel too, the Honey Sea Star family also supports you every step of the way. Now, keep in mind as well that Cancer's, sensitivity can bring emotional intensity to it. So it's important to be mindful of becoming overly dependent on relationships for emotional fulfillment. Basically caring too much about what other people think, right? And having that really impact your discernment as well as your action and your choices. And so by overcoming that, the way to do it, the best way to do it really, is to be mindful of becoming overly dependent for emotional fulfillment and instead find positive outlets to process these emotions so that you can go within and redirect that energy towards your connection with your inner self. Finding that inner peace within manifests in your world without, right? As above, so below. And this is about returning home to what matters most to you. This is opening that door and receiving the year of abundance and fulfillment that Jupiter, when it enters Cancer and stays in that house, is of the 11th house, is meant to bring you. And this is your Ace of Wands, right? It's all about power. It's all about potential. And it's remaining rooted within your ideas, your creativity, your cause, as well as your positivity. But it's a new opportunity. It's a new beginning that starts with that inner peace and that inner strength. This is also about your vitality when it comes to your passions, your inspirations, your creativities. And what it ushers in as well is a new venture that leads to personal career development and also to new action. This is about getting active, right? Now, as a side tangent with Jupiter, Jupiter does also appreciate and lavish in leisure. And so just be careful with that, especially if you're looking outwards to really receive and obtain that emotional intensity, because it can leave you to feeling a little too lackadaisical. This is the time instead where Spirit is reminding you with the Ace of Wands, embrace that grounding with that Virgoan energy. This is your wheelhouse, especially when it comes to your long-term aspirations and goals, your community involvement, the social circle that you're utilizing and that you're opening up to with your discernment and knowing and basically congregating in a lot of ways with like minds that are focused on the same direction. This is what's going to bring those opportunities. This is what's going to bring that financial gain as well with your manifestations. This is the time to step out of solo mode and walk forward to the synergy of teamwork when it comes to like minds and finding those win-win solutions, not just those self-motivated ones as well when you with the partners that you've worked with in the past. And this time, this go around is really about, with the Four of Swords, getting the balance that was truly meant for you. And again, this speaks to Jupiter here. This speaks to your foundations, and it also is uplifting you with that air energy. This is basically recovery after an illness or battle, but it also is basically looking at the relaxation, the recuperation, the time that you had withdrawn, right? So that you could reconnect to that crown chakra. Reconnect to the divine and to trusting your intuition, trusting your inner compass in your direction again. This is the time where you're returning home to what matters most. And with the Page of Swords, this is where you are ready to take charge. This is about standing with your ambition and driving forward, especially against conflict or issues that have brought you out of your alignment. This is also, again, it speaks to your your crown chakra here as well. And so you're connected with the divine. It's a balance, as you can see. It's finding that center between having your feet calmly grounded, firmly grounded in that earth energy, as well as flowing with your adaptability with that water energy. This also speaks to the blessing of Capricorns, as well as, which basically is all about the practicality, right? The practical steps, and also too, the practical firmness needed when you're walking forward. Every step counts. Every motion, every action counts towards your dreams and achieving those long-term goals. This also speaks to that Aquarian energy with the dreamer as well, or the visionary, I should say, and then also that Piscean energy with the dreamer as well. This is also with the Page of Swords standing in your intellectuality. It's standing in your emotional intelligence. It's walking with assertiveness as well as walking with fearlessness when it comes to your curiosity. And that really taps into your adaptability. But this is about utilizing your communication, especially with Mercury, again, walking into Cancer. Check out that video if you haven't seen it. But it's using your quick wit as well as your clever creativity to manifest and define and return home to what matters most to you. And like I say, if that resonates, by all means, like, share, subscribe. Also, too, if you're needing a little pick-me-up, check out the Honey Sea Star store. All the designs are meant to inspire, uplift, and empower you along your journey, especially as you walk into this year of abundance and fulfillment. Again, you are tearing down the foundation that did not serve you, that wasn't meant for you. You're also standing and igniting that fire against it, right? You're voluntarily walking towards that change and are ready to receive the abundance and fulfillment that is meant for you. And again, this is the time to step out of that solo mode. Walk forward with a synergy of teamwork. It's time to let go of the urge to do it all yourself. And remember that modern tools and people are here to help you. And with the Seven of Pentacles, this really speaks to your hard work paying off, right? Investing, but investing wisely, not investing in false profits, false returns, not investing in what glamours you, I guess, with foggy goggles, I guess is what I'm getting most, but instead appreciating with that Taurian energy. And that Saturn, the lessons of Saturn here as well, which has brought on delays, challenges, frustrations, and it's entering Aries now as well. Check out that video, no pressure, but I did do a video on that as well because that happened in May. But this is where all those delays, all those frustrations, we're learning opportunities to help prepare you for this moment when we enter Cancer with Jupiter and for this next year. This is about promoting yourself. This is also about, like I say, investing wisely, investing in your intuition, your inner compass, especially when it comes to what was hidden and the wisdom that you've gained along the way as you step up to those personal challenges. This also speaks to your solar plexus, which basically is all about your confidence, right? It's knowing that you are enough, you are capable, you are strong, and you are confidence, embodying confidence, maybe is what I'm trying to say. But you were meant for this. You are capable, and it's always been within you. It's just, there was a moment of test, that really wanted, where the universe was really wanting you to stop and reflect and look at things and just say, are you sure? It was asking you, are you sure this is really what you want? This is about now looking at knowing exactly what you want, knowing the direction that you really truly are needed to go, are needed for. And this is where modern tools and people are here to help, whether you're leading a cause, joining a mastermind, or launching a digital venture as well. Success is meant to come to you during this time, and it's meant to come to you through collective effort. And again, like I say, if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because with the Six of Wands here, this is where Spirit is saying victory is yours. This is the fire within you, that Leo energy. And again, it speaks to Jupiter. This is about now knowing exactly where you're wanting to go, what you're meant to do, finding balance and harmony within the confidence, within your creativity as well, and within your relationships when it comes to reciprocity, but also too finding that harmony and balancing the integration of dualities through opposites, right? Because we are stronger together because we think differently. We can each come to the table when it comes to our collective efforts to really share insights, gain knowledge, and build stronger foundations for each other and in win-win solutions. And like I say, if that resonates, like, share, subscribe, because this is the way, this is the time where Spirit really wants you to know Victory is yours. Success is meant for you. Significant progress will also be made within this next year, and advancement, particularly in your career. Respect in your 10th house as well when it comes to Mercury, moving from the 10th house to the 11th house. This is all about your career, your public image, and this is also where your work had been noticed in your 10th house. Now it's about receiving the recognition through collaborative efforts. And like I say, many hands make light work, but also we are stronger together for it and because of it. And like I say, I have goosebumps again. I just can't help it. But if this resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. I am so excited for Virgos at this time, especially with Cancer, because we are going to be blessed as Cancer as Jupiter is in Cancer, and it impacts and it activates our 11th house. Now, before we go here, a message from our ancestors really is about the ram and the perseverance. This is where Spirit and your ancestors want you to know. Remember that you have many gifts, and because of it, you can withstand any problem that comes in your way through that resilience, through that adaptability, through the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintops. By never giving up, good luck is meant for you and will follow you, especially during this time as the door opens to a year of abundance and fulfillments in your manifestations, in your aspirations, in your goals, and in your community involvement. Now, let's go ahead and look at our major arcana here as well before we walk into this sign. And so what we pulled here is the Tower. Like I say, you're tearing down whatever hasn't served you, and you're opening the door to what is meant for you with significant growth in social and aspirational aspects. With the music medicine, as you do your affirmations and your meditations this day, and also through this next year, again, start with the affirmations of, I am ready to receive all that's meant for me in this next year. I am ready to receive the abundance and the fulfillment by trusting my intuition. Guide me through this time, and then personalize it from there. But with music medicine, the key of C is really going to help you during this time, especially when it comes to receiving your downloads through your third eye. And then color therapy as well. The color red will really ignite that fire within you, as well as keep your feet rooted on the ground, especially as movement and action takes place and makes you busy during this time. I'm just saying. And so I truly hope that this reading helps. I am sending all of my love and light to you guys. Please take care, share your story, like, share, subscribe, because again, each one of you make this channel a success too. But either way, I am sending all my love and light to you. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.